everyone, and welcome back to our Burton Albion England DNA series. So this is going to be an episode that goes across the whole pre-season. The reason for that is just things like this that I didn't want to miss out. So I wanted to show you this screen in particular, just so that you have a reference point at the start of what it is, so that then as we go through the save, you have something to refer back to and you saw everything along with me, right? So there's just a couple of little things. This is one of them. I wanted you to see this screen and see our sort of supporters profile. So we have supporters influence on the board is low. That's going to be interesting. Might need a bit of that, to be fair, early on when we are allowing our youth players to carry us through. With hardcore fans of 12%, core 35%, family 25%, fair weather 10%, core 1%, casual 17%. Supporter culture and expectations develop players using the club's youth system. Now that's favour, which is good. Finish mid-table in Sky Bet League 1. I think we can do both those things. We're definitely going to be doing the first one, obviously, that's the point of the save. The second one is, well, let's see what happens on the pitch. I guess that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen there. But that's the supporters profile for you to see there. And yeah, we'll just go through. I think the only thing to note so far, I got rid of the affiliates that we had just because we had Derby, and it said Derby, if we're playing in the same division, it would terminate the agreement. And obviously they start in the same league this year, but they've still got one. So like basically, if in the game we'd have ended up in the same league and we'd have started off in different leagues, it would have cancelled it. So let's just get rid of it. We're not going to benefit from that. And also there's another one with a couple of lower league teams that I think are going to be just a bit too low for us to send players on loan to for it to work. So I think again, maybe we just get rid of those as well. So that's all you've really missed so far are those two things. And yeah, I guess I'll see you in a little bit when we go through the coaching staff and the players. Actually, before we go there, club vision expectations meeting. Let's go through this actually together so we can all see what we're doing here. Board culture, play attacking football. I think we'll be okay with that because our tactic is going to be, I think, fairly attacking. We'll be okay with that. Sign players from the lower levels of the domestic game. We're not going to be getting that, and that's preferred a little bit more, which is not good for us. Actual objectives, work within wage budget. I think we'll be okay with that. And then the 5-year plan, wow. And let's just see, does it go into... Basically, they don't ever expect us to get out of League One. So if we do get to the Championship at any point, you would expect that we shouldn't really be getting sacked in the save because that will be... I know it'll reset the 5-year plan, all that kind of stuff, but I think that means that the board are quite realistic here at Burton, I think, just from looking at this. So that's good for us. I didn't really know that. I didn't look that much detail into them for this sort of save, apart from the fact that they played at St George's Park. That I really like that aspect of it. I didn't look at like in the game, what's the patience of the owner, that kind of stuff. I didn't look at any of that stuff. So hopefully that means we've got a chance at getting through this. Okay, we're going to introduce ourselves to the squads. We're going to say, I want to take the opportunity to introduce myself to the new Burton manager. Neutral, or what should we say here? Should we go top half? Oh my Christ. That's unrealistic. We're going to insist on that. Yep. Excellent, lads. Thank you very much. That went well. Meet the idea. 10 press conference. Start press conference. I'm honoured and excited. Feels so good to be here. Everybody knows the potential of the club. We're going to say that one. Johnny thought this was a perfect job. No doubts at all. I've started with the facilities because they're great. I've met the players. There's no problem so far. I'm entirely appropriate for this job. We're going to not come out in the squad, and that's going to do that. Right, press conference is done. Now, I do think the next time that we see each other will be when I introduce you to the new staff that we're going to have at the club, and we're going to have offered some new contracts and players as well to try and keep them around for in case we go up, really. I'm looking ahead already. If we happen to go up, we want to try and make sure we don't go back down. So, yeah, we'll come back towards, I think, the end of the pre-season. We'll go through all of that, and we'll see how things are going. I'll try and come back before the week before the first game so we can get our England DNA training schedule in at least one time before the start of the season. So I'll see you in a little bit for that. Right, what we're going to go through now is the players' individual training. So I'm going to start with John Brayford. Now, he's going to play on the side of the back three. According to the sheet that I've got here with what we're looking at, the June-September sort of area and schedule of the individual England DNA individual training focus that we've got, we're going to put him on quickness. So he's going to be on quickness. I'm just going to go through now and put this on every single player. That's what I'm going to do right now anyways, go through every single player, make sure they're on the correct one before I hit continue. And then we can evaluate when we come back at the end of the preseason, see if anybody's changing that time. I don't think anybody would have gotten a whole attribute up, but see if anybody's trending up or trending down. And yeah, be interesting to see how things go. Welcome back, everybody. So preseason went pretty well, I would say, in terms of results. I mean, I didn't take the games, I didn't take them, but generally did pretty well, I think, with the team that he had in those matches. So, staff in. We managed to get in Peter Marsden, a new gen manager. So what I was looking at is mainly for youth coaches, I was looking at first, what's their personality? That's the first thing I wanted to look at, because they help shape your players when they evolve and develop in the game. First team isn't as important for me, but something that wasn't a terrible personality was all I was really looking at, and Peter Marsden came in pretty good, and yeah, it looks quite decent, doesn't he, as assistant manager? Hopefully he stays with us for the long run. I'm not sure about tactical style, but that doesn't matter. Jed Windsor comes in as a first-team coach. Again, don't like the personality. If that was a youth coach, I just would have turned him down no matter how good he is here. The fact is, personality was terrible, wouldn't have been great. But there aren't that many coaches that we could actually brought in, to be honest. There weren't that many available, so I just brought him in. He could coach a little bit, do a bit of stuff for the first team, but I don't think he'll stay too long with this, because eventually we'll want to get rid of these. Even though I don't think it matters as much in the first team, I still like to get rid of it anyway. So Elliot Gilbert comes in as our other first-team coach. His personality is fairly sporting, which isn't the best one, but it's not one of the worst ones. And for now, it's just good enough for now, really. So he comes in. I think this coach is Stuart Heaverside. I think that's how you pronounce that. Balanced personality. Okay, fitness coach. Goalkeeping coach Elliot Atherton. Unambitious, again, don't really like that, but it's just for now. The analysts and stuff, and Physio's not going to go through that. That doesn't really matter too much for this. But Sean Barker was already at the club, actually, as a U18 coach. I promoted him to U18 manager. Thing is, I've just offered him a new contract, but I might even offer him another one again to become the head of youth development, because his personality is professional. Now, is he the best coach? No, but he's got a good personality, which helps shape the players a little bit. But for now, he's a good U18 manager. I'm not totally decided. Either he'll stay as our U18 manager for quite a long time, or I'll move him to the head of youth. But the problem with that is in a few years, there might come a time where I need a better head of youth. So do I keep him as U18 manager for potentially 10 years, or do I promote him now, but might need to release him in a few years? Because he's quite good, and he's also been a Burton player for quite a long time. And then, yeah, youth coaches, I mean, they're okay. There's nothing really too special to look at there. We're doing our A license currently ourselves, and that's pretty much it there. We're going to go through that now, my first choice team here. We're going to start off with the captain, John Brayford. I don't know exactly where to play him, whether it's on the side or in the middle of the back three, but he's only 5'8", so his jumping reach is pretty good, but he's only 5'8", so he's going to play on the right side of the back three for now, but he could end up getting replaced if he starts to do badly, because his quickness is going down, which isn't great for us. Ben Garrett is the goalkeeper. Looks pretty solid, doesn't he? I take him for our entirety in League One. He's a good starting goalkeeper for League One, and we could probably get away with him in the Championship as well, I would have thought. So, I don't know. I'm quite happy with Ben Garrett there. Sam Hughes, now, I think Sam Hughes is pretty good. He looks a little slow, but again, League One centre-back, brilliant. Championship, you could probably get away with him just about. Not like in the training regime right now, which is interesting. Our schedule, our own training, England DNA schedule, has only been in for 1 week, so I don't think that's had an impact on all these arrows going down, but you never know, maybe. Maybe it's the individual training too much. Corey Nadaba, now he's on loan. He's going to start in the back three for us, but obviously he'll only be here for 1 year. We're not going to be keeping him. So yeah, he'll start off there for now, just really to balance out Brayford's pace on the other side. Tom Hamer's had a terrible preseason according to that. He's not played that much, but he's really, if being perfectly honest, he'd be on the side of the back three, because he's a 6'2" solid defender who's got okay dribbling, 10 crossing. He's really on the side of the back three for the system and the way that we play it, but we'll see how it goes. Connor Shaughnessy is going to play as our, probably CD. I might switch these two actually. And then Terry Taylor's going to play as our more box-to-box there, but there's two pretty good central fielders there. Johnny Smith's going to play as a left wing-back for now. And Joe Powell's in there. Looks like a pretty good number 10 for us. West Ham prospects. I'm going to start off with Carriol up front, but all I know is Victor here. Victor's going to definitely be our left-sided striker, and it leaves a Sam Will on the bench who could do either role a little bit, not really quick enough to run in behind, but could definitely do the Victor role as well. He's not amazing in the air, and then Davis Keller-Dunn's going to be our backup striker, who's not really a striker. So if you were to see the team and the tactic, the first thing you'd say is we probably need a striker, so we need to hope that we get a striker through the youth system early on. So that's our first hope. Charlie Lakin's going to be on the bench. He's a really good, I think, pivot player. Bobby Campbell's now going to play in really as our backup wing back, because he's the only really other player we could play wing back on the right-hand side, to be honest. Now, I could move Carriol down to wing back if I thought one of these two could play well up front. So it's going to be one of those things that we need to sort of just wait and see on that. And then we've got Oshalaja here, who's a really good, I think, backup centre-back. In terms of rules for the save, I don't really know how people do this normally, to be honest with you. I think for this one, I don't know how much this is in line with the way other people do it, but for us, I'm also not going to sign anybody. And it's only players that come through our youth system. And I don't think I'll sign anybody if we lost them and try and bring them back. I don't think we'll do that, but we'll see if that weird scenario happens later on in the save. In terms of the players that we start off with, I'm going to keep them for as long as I feel like that we need to. So it's not like that the players that are there, once their contract expires, that's it, they're gone. I think we'll keep these players for as long as possible if we feel like we need to. That's the team anyway, so hopefully that's got you sort of bang up to date with the training and everything like that. I'm not entirely sure how this is going to go. I'm quite excited about it. I'm a little anxious going into these two games because I feel like that we need to get off to a good start with this team, because I think that this team, if we get off to a good start, we could do pretty well, but we need to get off to a good start. I don't want to be really having us to try and overcome bad form with players that we've got and we can't sign anybody. I don't really want to be in that position early on. So this is going to be a nice test for me as an FM player, I suppose, because I've never really done this kind of save before. Okay, there's a slight change of plan. We're actually going to do the Accrington game here. We're going to skip out the midweek game and do the other game on the Saturday here against Port Vale. We're going to do those two games in today's episode. So as you can see here, the first game of the season against Wycombe, we actually lost 3-1. It was a fairly close game, but I always felt like we were slightly behind in the game. We ended up losing, and that was that. Now, the Bristol Rovers game at home, we were actually 2-0 down in the game. We went 2-0 down to Bristol Rovers. I thought it was game over, and then we came back and managed to win 3-2 in a great result. And the cup against Port Vale, I actually rotated the entire side, and we still managed to win 4-1. We did go a goal down, though, in the first minute of the game, so that was that. The league table looks like this after 2 matches, so we are almost mid-table. 1 win, 1 loss. Don't really learn too much just yet. We haven't learned too much. I'll tell you my thoughts so far in the early fixtures. So I've realised that having Hamer in this role here, he would get himself into 1v1s quite a lot, or in a situation where it looked like he could be in a 1v1 quite a lot. And because he's not really a good dribbler, he's not really a pacey wing-back, he's more like an old-school full-back, it was sort of hammering our in-possession quality and our ability to exploit teams when we had the ball in dangerous areas. So I decided to take him out and move him to centre-back, and it made it a lot easier for us. Now, Sam Hughes looks like he's one of our best players on paper, but he's had 2 absolutely awful games. Now, his average rating has gone up a little bit because he came off the bench in the Cup game, and that's boosted it up. It was pretty bad, so something to watch there. And we're going to move Carriol back into wing-back because he's more like a winger, isn't he? He's not been training very well, though, which is something to watch out for. And that's mainly the changes that you've really missed so far. Everybody else stays the same. The only other thing is Winnall's going to go back up front. As you can see, 3 goals in 1 start and 2 sub appearances is pretty good. So he's going to go up with Victor. We're going to play them together up front. And we're going to play them this way around, I think, because Winnall's okay at holding the ball up and linking up. Is he the best in the air, like when it goes long from the goalkeeper? No. But then at least you get the pace of Victor in behind on this side. So I just think it's slightly better this way around, but we'll see. So your team for today's game is going to be Ben Garrett in goal with Nadaba, Hughes and Hamer across the back, with Smith and Carroll playing at wing back, Taylor Shaughnessy in the middle with Powell playing off of Winnall and Victor up front. And because this save is going to be primarily focused on youth players and players coming through the academy, the first season is a little bit more like a let's play, just mainly for you to see, 1, the players that we've got at the start, and 2, how the tactic is sort of playing, just so you have like a good idea in your head of like when players come through the academy, what role they might fit into, how good they might need to be to play a certain role. For example, if we had a good fullback, if he's not good at dribbling or crossing, is he going to have to be shoehorned then back into the back 3 rather than a wing back? Just so you get a good idea of how the roles play and what you're sort of looking at, so you can get a good understanding of what the pictures that I'm looking at as we go through to looking at developed players. But I think I will space the games out a little more than I originally planned, just because if we're going to like not really go up and not really get relegated, we don't really need to see that much, I don't think. So do let me know what you think about that. But I don't think we want to see too many matches too close together overall. I'm going to show you quite a few maybe early on, and then we'll take bigger breaks as we go, because I guess you'll still want to see at the start of the season. If we end up like in a relegation fight, the whole entire save and project is on the line right off the bat, right? So I'll show you that. But let's get into this game anyway against Accrington. I'm so excited for this. I can't wait to show you the first game on camera, the 3rd game in the league overall, and I can't wait for us to get into it. Let's get started. Now, before we start as well, one last thing I wanted to mention. I've just bought a brand new PC, a gaming level PC, for quite a bit of money. So this is the last game you're going to see in the current form. So yeah, just let you know, hopefully things should get even better from this point forwards. Just thought I'd mention it. So yeah, this is the last one, I think. So here we go. This is manager says. Got there, impressed me. Good. So they're going to play 4-3-3 single pivots. Okay. And that looks pretty good to me. And we are underway. Early highlight here. The goalkeeper's going to get the ball. Not sure what he's going to do with this just yet. He's probably going to go, well, he's going to go long, but I'm not sure where that's going to go is what I meant. Carroll gets at right wing back, who's not really a natural there at all. He's got makeshift on his ability. Plays into Victor early on, gets through to Winnall. Winnall shoots. Yes, what a goal from Burton. A nice little direct bit of football. And we go 1-0 up. And we'll take that. 1-0 to Burton Albion. It says Bow. Bow really does throw me. Because when I see Bow, I don't think of Burton Albion, but Bal. I don't know. I feel like I should say B-U-R instead of Bal. It throws me off every time I see that. But 1-0 anyway. Carriel gets it, plays it into Victor. It's cleared away. It's going to be cleared up to McConville. Now they're going to build their attack. They get through, but Smith recovers it really well. Smith plays that's a little direct for my liking. Powell goes through. Powell going to score. He does. It's 2 for Burton. What a start from the boys. 2-0 to Burton Albion. This is unbelievable stuff. Again, we're a little direct for my liking, and I thought this might happen a little bit in League One. We'll be likely a little more direct than we'll be as we go up through the league. Powell goes through. What a finish that is, and that is 2-0 to Burton. And those 2 highlights were the only highlights in the entire first half. So there you go, 2-0. We'll say things go well, but you're capable of even better. Well, we are 57 minutes in. I'm going to make a change here. There's still been no highlights in the second half either. Sam Hughes is a little tired. He's played better in this game, which has been good. Johnny Smith, left wing back, is a little tired. He'd have like a little not into this game, into the game before, but I left him out anyway. I'm thinking we go Nadaba wing back maybe. Can he play there at all? A little bit. Let's go Nadaba wing back and let's put on Oshilaja at left centre back, and let's just do that for now. Okay, so Hughes and Shaughnessy are both a bit tired. I'm going to take off Shaughnessy, I think, and throw on Gilligan. And I'm going to take off maybe Sam Hughes and throw on... I'll leave that one for now, actually. Middle centre back in the back 3. We don't really want to be changing that if we can avoid it. That's quite an important position. We're going to make some changes here on 77 minutes. We're going to take off Sam Hughes. We're going to throw on, I think, Butcher. And we're going to take off Victor, throw on him, Keladzern. Let's take off maybe Lakin for Taylor. Yeah, let's do that. And that appears like it's going to do it. That was a game of basically no highlights whatsoever. But what a start from the boys. Burton Albion get a big win away from home early on in the season, which is really good for us. It gives us a great platform to go from. Now, there's a slight problem with this, right? That our squads, because it's a youth-only save, if we were to get promoted to the championship, I don't think this team could stay up with just youth players being promoted in, right? So we're probably better off just staying in League One. Now, I'm not going to deliberately do that. I'm not going to deliberately make us not go up. I'm going to play it naturally, normally like I would in real life. So if we have the opportunity to go up, I'm going to try and do it. But, privately, I'm sort of hoping that we don't go up, because this squad, I think, could probably get us consistently in League One for a number of years, which is what the board in the club vision, they want us to do, right? If we end up in League One for the next few years, they're happy with that. So, and that would give us a nice platform to give us 3 or 4 years of getting players from the academy into a team that not only can we guarantee is going to do well, so they're not playing in matches where we're going to be up against it every single match, but they're going to have the opportunity to then play in the first team and be a part of our team without it risking us getting sacked, So I just think, really, being in League One for multiple years would actually be a good thing for us. Now, I think in FM, that's never your instinct. You always want to just get up as quick as you can. But to be honest, it's probably better for us in this save to do that. Again, I'm not going to do that deliberately. We're going to be trying to win the games and try and get promoted, because that's what I would have done in real life. But, basically what I'm saying is, if we end up not quite being around the playoffs, I'm all right with that. But I'd rather us start well early, and then if we fall away for a little bit, that's fine, than being down here and needing to win, because that could be a problem if we pick up long-term injuries, for example, right? So, good start. Let's do well, lads, but let's be realistic here. All right, I'll see you in a week's time for the next game. We'll miss out the midweek game in the meantime. Okay, so off camera, we managed to win the game 4-1. Now, I was sort of thinking, I'm not sure how I feel about this in some ways, but we won the game 4-1. Looked pretty good, despite the fact that we looked pretty good going forwards. Defensively, I think we're a bit of a problem, but, we're doing all right for now, I suppose. I'm not going to review the training yet of the players. I'm going to leave it till we do the changeover of the individual training programs, which is going to be around the Oxford game there on the 3rd of September. So I think probably next episode we'll come back for that and the Fleetwood game. And then in that episode, we'll then review the players' training, so they've been getting on, that kind of stuff, right? So for now, we're going to go straight into the next game. The only sort of change I've made is I want to get Elliot Thorpe on the bench. I've actually changed him to now be a striker in the team, because he can play up front. I know he can't. He's going to, though, because we need somebody up there, and he's got 10 finishing, and he's almost quick. So he's going to be our backup striker for this season, which will cover us. I mean, I cannot see this squad being able to compete in the championship if we go up. Can you imagine that? Imagine if, I know he's going to be gone anyway, but let's just say Elliot Thorpe was our backup striker for the championship. Can you believe that? We can't go up. I don't think we can go up. I almost feel like that if we have steady progress in League One, the board will be happier with us than if we were to go up and then come straight back down and then start mediocre the season after. That's the concern, isn't it? So we'll see how we go on anyway. Right, okay, Port Vale at home. Pretty much a full-strength side, because the guys that are out, I wouldn't have played anyway. Let's get into it, see what happens. Assistant manager says, pick up where you left off. Good, like that. So we can play in our formation, love that. And they're going to play, what are they going to play against us? They're going to play a 5-3-2. Okay, nice little test. First highlight here. Pops it into Victor. Victor gets the ball. He's got the ball on the left-hand side. He cuts back, plays it into Hughes. It's cleared. Carriol's going to dribble with it, I think. Oh, he's played it early. What on earth was that? It's been cleared away. This could be a chance for Port Vale here. They play through our press twice. They get a bit lucky there, don't they? But they're going to continue with it. Winner wins it back, though. Is that a striker? It is, isn't it? What's he doing over there? He's whacked into Victor. He's through. He's in. Finish it, Victor. Oh, keeper saves it. What a save that was. Highlight here. Port Vale have a free kick whipped into the far post, headed away. They're going to continue their attack. They go back into the box. I think he's onside. It's cut back to the edge of the area. How's that gone in? Goalkeeper. Defenders. The goalkeeper's letting a few of these weaker shots from the edge, and that's poor defending from the boys, and that's 1-0 to Port Vale. Pops it in, far post. Hamer gets up, heads it back, and it's away. Smith gets it, gives it away, oh my Christ, what are we doing over there? Conlon's going to run away with it. Small. And they're going to continue their attack. They go long in behind. Surely we can deal with that, Nevada. Good lads. Sorry, Nadaba, isn't it? Nadaba. Hughes plays him behind to Victor. Victor's through. It's a penalty. That's a penalty. That's one of them, please, ref. See you later, Hall. Did he even book him? Wendell scores. 1-1. That's all right. Do you know what? I'd rather us play against 11 to give us like a proper test against 3 at the back system again. I know I beat these in the cup, but I don't know if they even played that tactic, and we didn't play our first team. I bet neither did they, and that's 1-1. I'll hear. Carroll throws into Victor. Victor on the right-hand side plays it back to Hamer to Taylor. Plays it back into Victor, who I think nearly flicked it on, but it would have been offside, I think. They go long straight into Hamer. Here we go. They can build the attack. Right, let's have a look at the team here. How well are we set? Now, if Taylor can just pull out a little bit, because if he was out in a slightly better position to receive it here, it could go in here and then straight into there. Or maybe into this guy if we could open that up. Taylor's gone to it anyway. Let's see what he's looking for here. Right, that was a terrible ball. He's giving it away. They go long. We're going to try again. They're playing a bit direct, aren't they? So now Hughes has got it. It's an easy progressive pass there. Maybe it's not quite long enough for a progressive pass. Oh, that's a great ball into Powell this time. Goes through, scores. 2-1 to Burton Albion. We are looking very, very good. Some would say maybe too good for League One. And it's 2-1. Yeah, it was good, wasn't it? You can see how when we turn over the ball in the final third, we are so well structured and so well designed that they haven't got anything on early, so they have to go long. And it seems like against the 3-5-2, we're developing a good base against them. Because every time they win it, they go long, and we win it straight back and go again. So 2-1 to Burton. We'll say things are going well, but I know you're capable of even better to the boys. Winnow is a little tired. I'm going to take him off. I'm going to throw on Keller Dunn. I'm going to take off, I think, Sam Hughes because he's a bit tired. We'll throw on, what should we do here? Maybe Oshalaja. Do we do that? I guess we do that. Whipped in, far post, Hamer heads away. Taylor gets this now. He's going to have a second phase corner here. He's going to whip it in, is he? He does. Smith gets it, plays it across. Almost got it again there. Now they're going to counter on us, but we're going to win it back off them easily with Powell now. Powell's going to play it back to Hamer. Hamer's got options in here if he wants to use it. It's clipped into an area. Played across goal. Is it? Carriol whips it in. Victor. Smith. Oh, he's at the post. Okay, they've gone long. We've won the first header, but not the second. We're going to just absolutely hoof it into a zone. They're going to play a long ball. Again, this is some scrappy long ball, 3 at the back football from both of us. Keller Dunn goes through. Is he going to score? Oh, it's if I'm being fair, it's a questionable penalty, isn't it? Is what's just happened there. Who's going to take it? It can't be the same kick taker because Winnow's off. It's going to be Powell's going to take this one, and he's going to score. 3-1 to Burton. Looking comfortable, looking good. What they can do with this, they're going to go probably long, but is he going to be left, right, or centre? There's nobody up there still. If he kicks this now, what is he doing? We're going to cut that easily with our goalkeeper. Let's go to balance as well for the next highlight. Just to sort of just take the intensity up the tactic a little bit. So the same exact tactic. We're just taking a little less of a risk, a little bit less intensity in the press. Oh no, it's at the post. A little less intensity in the way that we're playing and that sort of stuff. Our XG is 3.38. Now we've had 2 penalties in that though. I suppose that actually does inflate it quite a lot, doesn't it? So let's not carry away with that. Our non-penalty XG is 2.10. So if you look at the non-penalty XG between us and Port Vale, that's pretty close. So I would say that we've won this game on the fact that we're at home, we're in a bit of good form early on, and things are going our way a little bit generally in this match. That's not a real complete tactical domination the way that it appeared in the first half, I would say there. And our ball share is 56%, our possession is 51%. So that says that we're staying on the ball a lot longer than Port Vale, but we're not making that many more completed passes, which is quite interesting as well. And they have it 3-1 to Burton Albion. What a win, boys. Well done. Good win for us. Now that's going to leave us either in the playoffs, maybe even in the promotion places. We're thirds. I don't believe this. This is incredible. Absolutely incredible. What a start to the save, really. Well, the first game was a defeat, and then it's just constant wins. That's really impressive stuff.
And we've got a few cup games and stuff coming up as well, which I'll rotate the whole squad for to give really the first team players a rest more than the backups a chance. But there's also going to be an element of that all the way through the save, because we're always going to have those like academy players that, let's say we've got a pretty good prospect, but they're really not good enough to play in the first team just yet. What I'll try and do then is every opportunity I get them minutes here, get them minutes there, get them a game here like in the cup, try and get them as many minutes in their legs as possible. On the flip side as well, there might be times where we're doing really well. Let's say, I don't know, 5 years time, whatever it is, we're in the championship, we're in this sort of position. There might be times where we have to basically take out an established first team player who's really good and play a younger player who's not quite as good, because long term, they're going to be a better player and it's better for us in the long run. So we're going to have those moments as well, right? We have to be very careful. We have to take a bit more of a scientific approach to it. So rather than getting carried away if this player's playing really well, but he might be 29, he might not be able to give us much more, especially going into the Premier League. So it might be a case of, okay, this player comes out with play, this brand new youngster who's going to be a good wing back going forward. Something to that nature, right? Something like that. So that's going to be something we have to look at going forwards. But yeah, the league table looks really good, doesn't it, early on? 5 games, 4 wins, a defeat, 13 goals scored, 7 against. 7's pretty high for goals against for the top sides. We've probably got the most conceded until you get down to sort of mid-table area. So that's pretty good, though. It's a really good start for us. I think that shows we're going to be quite a streaky team. We're going to be a team that can win 3, 4, 5 in a row. You lose one, a couple of players get injured, and then you fall away. I think we're going to be a bit like that this season. And we might end up in the playoffs. Who knows? We could get promoted automatically, which would be incredible and probably more risky for us in the save, getting promoted, than it is just staying in the league. But there we are. Next episode then, we will come back for the Oxford and Fleetwood games. And as we come back for those 2 games, what we'll do is we'll change over all the individual training to the next stage, from the September to the December slots. And we'll review all the training so far. We'll see if anybody's had any effect of the first few months of training. Probably nobody's had an attribute change just yet, I wouldn't have thought. But they might be trending a certain way though, right? And that might just give us a little indication of certain players that are reacting well to the training program and some that are not. But that's going to do it. All I can say is a massive thank you, a huge thank you from me to you for all of the likes, the comments, the views, and anybody that subscribed from the first video. The reception has been incredible. I'm so happy and I'm so thankful to all of you for showing me your interest in the series, because it just shows me that it is something that maybe people want. And if you have got any ideas going forward of whether you'd like to see more coaching stuff, less coaching stuff, or that kind of thing, do let me know in the comments what you think about that. But yeah, all I can say is a massive thank you from me. I really appreciate it. And I'm looking forward to getting into the whole season, seeing what we can do, and see just how good we could make the next generation of players. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.